evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Wednesday, August 24, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Weekly lifts being recorded as oil production increases in STABROEK block. GECOM should explain on constitutionality of removing names from voters' lists, says AG. GPF concerned as underage persons use electrical bikes on roadways. $566.9 million to rebuild North RUIMVELDT School after destruction by fire in 2021. And on monkeypox, Guyana working to acquire vaccines and medicines as Education Ministry dismisses suggestion of shutting down schools. Now for the news in detail. With oil production in the STABROEK block occurring at a rate of 340,000 barrels per day from the combined production of the Liza Destiny and Unity, floating production, storage, and offloading vessels, lifts are happening every 4 to 8 days. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
This was revealed by ExxonMobil Guyana's Public Information Officer Janelle Passard in response to questions posed by this newscast. She explained that since the ramp-up of production after ExxonMobil returned the Liza Destiny to pilot flaring levels, production is at 340,000 barrels for both projects. An effect of this is that the frequency of lifts has increased in tandem with the increase in oil production.
Lifts happen on the Destiny. It happens between sort of like 7 to 8 days. On the Unity, because the production, it happens 4 to 6 days. And so lifts are occurring all the time. We're producing over 340,000 barrels of oil per day right now. And so you could imagine how frequent lifts are happening.
While ExxonMobil makes weekly lifts, Guyana's crude entitlement of 1 million barrels occurs monthly from the two FPSOs. The Ministry of Natural Resources has said that Guyana is expected to get 12 lifts for the year. This comes from the over 90 million barrels of oil that are expected for 2022. Additionally, the Natural Resources Fund reflected a closing balance of US $845 million as of July. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali on Tuesday took a tour of the Unity floating production, storage, and offloading vessel currently producing oil offshore Guyana. During the visit, the head of state urged Guyanese working on the FPSO to take advantage of the vast knowledge of the foreign experts who are here to teach them about the oil and gas sector. More in this Vanu Manichand report.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali, accompanied by Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat and other officials, were recently taken on a tour of the Liza Unity FPSO in the STABROEK block offshore Guyana. During brief remarks to the workers, the head of state told the Guyanese crew on board the Liza Unity that they are among the trailblazers responsible for setting the mark on the local oil and gas industry.
You are setting the mark for many who will come after you. And with that comes a great responsibility. A responsibility to ensure that you do it right, that you learn it quickly, and also that you're able to pass that knowledge on and you're able to integrate into the team. Cherish this opportunity of learning from people who have done this all their life, worked all around the world, and are here to work with you, transfer that knowledge and to help in the development of our own human resource so that eventually, with their help and their support, we'll be in a stronger position to even contribute greater and lead the efforts even out here.
President Ali further pointed out to the workers that the work they do offshore not only contributes to the development of the oil and gas sector, but also a greater cause.
Regardless of if you're Guyanese or not, you must understand this. Working on Unity and working in this facility is much larger than your job, and it's much larger than this FPSO. Because you are working here to deliver a product that will allow Guyana, country as a whole, to bring new opportunities, to develop, to expand, and to create a country in which prosperity will come to all the citizens.
The tour was facilitated by ExxonMobil Guyana's President Alastair Routledge and Production Manager Mike Ryan. The Liza Unity FPSO, which was constructed by SBM Offshore, commenced production in the Exxon-operated STABROEK block in February 2022. It is anticipated that the vessel would reach its full production capacity of 220,000 barrels of oil per day later this year. This is the second FPSO operating in the oil-rich STABROEK block. The Liza Destiny was the first to begin producing oil offshore in December 2019. The U.S. oil major expects to operate at least 10 FPSO offshore, with the third vessel likely to start up at the end of 2023. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
Senior Counsel Anil Nandlal, Guyana's Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister, wants the Guyana Elections Commission to clearly clarify to the public that it cannot remove the names of persons from the voters list at the whims of the APNO-AFC opposition. Here is Vanu Manichand again with the details.
Attorney General Anil Nandlal's calls came on the heels of opposition leader Aubrey Norton saying during a recent press conference that he will continue to put pressure on the government to clean the voters list, which he has been maintaining is bloated. But according to Nandlal, it is GECOM and not the government that is responsible for the compiling and maintaining of the list of electors.
This gentleman up to now seemed not to be able to grasp that the government of Guyana has nothing to do with a list of electors. He seems to want unconstitutionality to take place in relation to that list. And whenever he makes those wild, reckless, and unfounded allegations about unlawfulness of the list, then the government, being a stakeholder, is entitled to speak.
Further, the Attorney General went on to call on the Elections Commission to address the issue of removing names from the voters list so that both Norton and the public can understand that it is unconstitutional.
I am using this platform to call upon GECOM to speak about the list and to inform Mr. Norton and the public that there is a ruling from the Chief Justice while Mr. Norton's party was in government. We took proceedings to the court and the Chief Justice pronounced that it is unlawful and unconstitutional to remove persons who are registered on that list unless they are disqualified on grounds laid down in the law.
According to the Guyana Constitution, a person's name can only be removed from the voters list through death or if they become disqualified under Article 159(2), 3, and 4. Only last week, GECOM Chair retired Justice Claudette Singh told reporters that everyone on the voters list is legally there. She added too that if indeed the list is bloated as alleged by the opposition, then the ongoing claims and objection exercise can be used to contest them and have them removed. GECOM rolled out the claims and objections exercise, which is a follow-up procedure to the continuous registration, on Monday last. It will run until September 11th, and according to the GECOM chair, this is in preparation for the hosting of local government elections later this year. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
As the country's development rapidly increases, it has been observed that there is not enough money in country to finance its anticipated growth. This is the opinion of Floyd Haynes, a financial analyst and founder of the country's newest investment merchant bank, New Haven Bank, which opened its doors in July, some 30 years after the first merchant bank was licensed in Guyana. Amar Prasad reports.
President of New Haven Bank, Floyd Haynes, made this statement during a recent episode of the social media program GlobeSpan 24/7.
If you look at where the country is going and where it is now, you will see that there is a huge finance or capital gap, meaning there aren't enough monies in the country to finance Guyana's growth and development. There just isn't. If you take all the monies in all the retail banks and you add them up, it's still not enough to finance the development of Guyana. And therefore, capital has to come from somewhere.
Haynes explained that this financial gap can only be filled by private capital. As such, he stated that a lot of the development in the country has to be private development, which is what a merchant bank does.
Some of that will come from multilateral institutions like the World Bank, the IDB, Caribbean Development Bank. They will come in, they'll make loans and so on. Some of it will come from friendly governments, will make, loans at low interest. But a lot of that will have to be private capital coming into the system. You have, on the one hand, people with monies or institutions with money, pension schemes, insurance companies, banks, high net worth individuals. They're over here. They've got lots of money. They're looking for places to put the money. On this other side, there are people that need money. Small businesses, business looking to grow, to expand, to scale. These two people typically don't go to each other. That's not how it works. So in a capital market, those people get to meet, and there's an intermediary that bridges the gap between those people, and that is precisely the purpose of a merchant bank.
Haynes emphasized that this is the type of opportunity his newly opened institution is striving to realize. In fact, he admitted that while the country can be developed through the utilization of its oil revenues, this is not the best pathway to embark upon. For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
Former chairman of the Alliance for Change and Member of Parliament to the 12th Parliament of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Mr. Raphael Trotman, leaves the Parliament next week. In a press statement released today, the AFC said Mr. Trotman has indicated before the staging of its national conference that he would not be available for nomination as he would be resigning midterm in the life of the present Assembly, which commenced in 2020 to allow for rotation and space for new leadership training. Accordingly, Mr. Trotman has now officially communicated to the party leader that, in keeping with his commitment in August 2020, he will resign from the 12th Parliament immediately to honor his promise. Coming up 2 days after wedding, groom dies, wife critical after West Berbice accident, and no need to close schools, Manik Chand on monkeypox. Do stay with us, more news ahead.
In 2022, Guyana is expected to receive over $1 billion in revenues from oil production. This will contribute significantly to the country's development by supporting key infrastructural projects and the social programs in the country.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
Sun or rain? Up or down? No one knows what tomorrow will bring, but with Premier's commercial property insurance, you'll be ready. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier Insurance. Premier insurance coverage.
We asked two families, which antibacterial soap do you buy?
Any. They're all the same.
I always buy Protex.
And why is that?
Because Protex reinvented antibacterial soaps. Its formula is fortified with flaxseed oil to boost your skin's natural antibacterial defenses.
And it keeps on working throughout the day.
Wow, can I have a Protex?
Naturally.
Protex, for the good health of the skin.
Mobile lubricants is more than just oil. It's many oils. The blends of oil give you higher mileage. Choose from your advanced synthetic blend or conventional. It is the best oil for your engine.
Mobile lubricant is the best oil for newer engineering of engines. Newer engines are much more close tolerance. Thus, this oil has a variety of grades and build-up properties to suit these engineering. Mobile lubricant keeps the engine oil seals in a uniform order and condition. Mobile lubricants withstands longer drain intervals. Why is this? Mobile lubricant has a very high detergent in its oil, and once fully synthetic oil is used, we can achieve this.
So, whatever is your engine needs, choose Mobile lubricants. Proven performance for your engine.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1155.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
Looking for fresh, tender, and flavorful meat? Then check out Rossignol Butchery for steaks, burgers, sausages, minced meat, fish, and chicken. For a tasty, attractive cocktail, we have a wide variety of packaged deli meats and cheeses to decorate your platter. We also stock a wide assortment of canned goods, seasoning salt, sauces, and marinade, all in a highly hygienic, welcoming atmosphere with warm and welcoming staff to cater to all your needs. Rossignol Butchery, we meet your needs. 73 to 74 Church Street, Georgetown. Telephone number 223-0004.
Enjoy the thrill of internet shopping with Airpost. Simply log on to www.airpost.com. Sign up, shop online, and we'll deliver right into your hands. Airpost has partnered with all the major online stores to give you an unlimited range of shopping options straight from our website. And our 24-hour online service will walk you through any challenges. It's simple, it's fast, and it's fun. You don't need a credit card to shop. Visit any of our offices or call our attendants. We'll help you through the process. Airpost. You shop, we ship, we deliver.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. 2 days after they had tied the knot amid much pomp and fanfare, a 23-year-old man met his demise while his newly wedded wife is now battling for her life following a tragic accident that occurred at Bat Settlement, West Coast, Berbice. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael has this story.
Dead is 23-year-old Bisham Dorey of Queens, New York. His wife, Varoshni Prasad, also 23 of Canefield Villages, Kanji Region 6, has been seriously injured following the accident which occurred on Tuesday afternoon along the Bat Settlement public road on the west coast of Berbice. Reports are that the couple was in a car being driven by the groom's cousin when the vehicle came into contact with another car, resulting in the accident. According to the police, motor vehicle HC7356 was proceeding east on the northern side of the Bat Settlement public road, while motorcar PTT 7600 was proceeding in the same direction at the rear. The police said William Doreen, a 57-year-old hire car driver, attempted to overtake the car in which the bride and groom were in. At the time, the driver of the car was turning across the road and resulted in the collision. As a result, the driver of the car with the couple lost control of the vehicle and the car spun around several times and collided with a light pole on the northern side of the road, then into a concrete fence before coming to a halt. Gobind Prasad said his daughter and her husband had been returning from Georgetown when the accident occurred.
When they're driving coming down the road, by some taxi place, some carry for southwise then coming out back. And he clipped the back of the car and so he lost control.
According to Prasad, Dore seemed to have suffered injuries to his back and head, while his daughter is currently in the intensive care unit at the New Amsterdam Hospital.
5 ribs broken. She get shoulder here broken. She get she lungs puncture. She get internal bleeding.
And what about her, the driver, the cousin?
Well, he is in hospital. So.
What injuries he might have sustained?
Neck. He had a free neck, and the 2 hands, and the foot. And the other girl had been in the car too. She admitted she's in the hospital too.
Dore arrived in Guyana 4 days prior to his wedding, which occurred on Sunday. It was his first time back to Guyana since leaving as a child. At the time of the accident, he and Prasad were on their way home from the capital, where they had gone to apply for their legal marriage document.
They no matter long, but for the past short time, when it was 4 days, I meet up. She married about 2 days ago only. Monday was reception. Tuesday he died.
Is it only 4 days they met?
Let me say in Guyana, but they met a long time, through Facebook, them about years and over.
Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Lawanda McAllister joins us now to report that the Guyana Police Force is currently clamping down on proliferation of underage and unlicensed persons using electric bikes on the roadways. Here is more.
According to Traffic Chief Dennis Stephen, not only is it dangerous to have underage persons riding electrical bikes, but there have been a lot of fatalities since these type of vehicles became popular in the country. Electrical bikes are not registered by the Guyana Revenue Authority, so they are operating unchecked. As such, Stevens said they are currently engaging with the Guyana Revenue Authority and the Ministry of Legal Affairs to seek advice on what can be done about the electrical bikes used in Guyana.
In many countries, those electric cycles are banned, and they're used for purpose of industrial locations to and flow within an industrial space. In Guyana, our laws does not cater for the e-motorcycle or electric motorcycle, but we are looking at other countries and see what laws they are having in place, and so we're able to arrest the situation in Guyana.
He said apart from the cycle not being registered, these vehicles does not have insurance or fitness.
Our laws are not cater for those cycles, e-cycles. Of course, our laws define what is a motorcycle, and it defines a motorcycle as a motorcycle with less than 4 wheels, with an unladen weight of 800 weight or 800 pounds, and the e-cycle does not fall in that category. That is the reason why you find we have these challenges.
Moreover, he said most times when persons die in accidents involving electrical cycles, investigations become difficult since the laws does not govern the use of such vehicles.
What we observe also, a lot of persons who are using these cycles, they are not familiar with the rules of the road. For example, a person who having a driver's license know that okay, they have to drive on the left hand side of the road, they have to overtake on the right hand side, they have to do certain things before they drive. Most users of this category, what we call the e-cycle, they are not familiar with the laws, so that's the reason why they make mistakes, and it might be probably a loss of life or serious injuries as a result.
In March of this year, former Police Commissioner Nigel Hoppy had announced that the Guyana Police Force and Guyana Revenue Authority are currently in discussion on regularizing the use of electrical bikes on the country's roadways. Lawanda McAllister reporting for the Evening News.
The sod was turned on Wednesday for the reconstruction of several sections of the North RUIMVELDT Multilateral School in Georgetown to the tune of $566.9 million. This development comes after parts of the school were destroyed by fire in June 2021. Here is Luana McAllister again with the details.
The fire, which occurred on June 19, 2021, devastated the school's 1st to 5th form classrooms, science, home economics, and information technology laboratories, as well as the $3 million smart classroom. The Guyana Fire Service had found that the fire started in one of the classrooms on the 3rd floor of the building and was as a result of a faulty duplex electrical point. More than 1 year later, the sod was turned for the reconstruction of the institution to be undertaken by Carey's Construction. The $566.9 million venture is worth the investment, Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand indicated.
This school, where we would ordinarily place more than 150 children every year, this year we'll only be able to place 50 to 60 students. This is the top school for South Georgetown, so it means somebody in South Georgetown, some family, many families, 100 or so of them, whose children ordinarily could have come here this year, will have to travel further and go to more crowded places to access the quality of education that was being delivered here. So we're not in doubt about what happens when physical space is not ready or destroyed.
The Education Minister used the opportunity to respond to criticisms about not rebuilding the school in a timely period.
We don't get to put money in a fertilizer bag and give it to a contractor and say build. We don't get to do that. We have to engage the person who will draw the thing that we're bidding for, the building. We have to cost that, and then we have to give all contractors across the world a fair chance to bid for the project, and those things take time. This is the quickest time we could come back in for this project.
The project should be completed in a matter of 14 months. The new building will be a 3-story building and will accommodate around 450 to 500 students upon completion. It will house science labs, new and remodeled information technology labs, classrooms, staff rooms, a sanitary block, along with a modern exterior design. Luanda McAllister for the Evening News.
Following the detection of the country's first case of monkeypox on Monday, health authorities are working to acquire treatment regimens as well as vaccines for the disease. Amar Prasad tells us more.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Wednesday said that the vaccine to protect against monkeypox is in limited quantity globally. However, through an agreement with the Pan American Health Organization, Guyana should receive some of these vaccines by the end of September.
In terms of perhaps treating patients or persons exposed to monkeypox is to make sure that we can have a vaccine for those persons who are exposed. So we have placed an order with PAHO, and we are expecting that we will get some of those vaccines by the end of September. So persons who have been exposed to anyone with monkeypox can get vaccinated. So that's something we are working on. Again, the supply of these vaccines are very, very limited, and you know, it's a very scarce commodity right now in the world.
The minister explained that while medication for the monkeypox virus is very rare, some countries have been working to develop 3 new antiretroviral to treat the virus. He stated that while these new treatments have been given emergency use in countries like the US, its supply is very limited. Nevertheless, the minister explained that the country will also be working to acquire some of these treatments as soon as they are made available.
There are very few medications that are currently available to treat the virus per se. So right now they are working on 3 different antiretroviral. They are in limited supplies in the United States, and they are being used under emergency use authorization. So the medications that are currently used to suppress the virus is not readily available. But once it becomes available, we would ensure that we have some of it available to patients here in Guyana. But right now, we can't get access to it.
Meanwhile, Minister Anthony explained that treatment for monkeypox patients in general is symptomatic. He added that the virus, in most cases, would resolve in 14 days or 21 days at most. There is also a very slim chance of persons developing another form of infection after having monkeypox.
The treatment for these persons when they get infected would be symptomatic. Therefore, if they have fever, we'll treat fever. If they have an enlarged lymph node, we'll treat that. Generally, persons would resolve within 14 days, maximum 21 days. Most people who get infected within 21 days, they would be fine. There are very, very few examples where they can develop some complications, and that is because of secondary bacteria infection. So on top of the monkeypox, they might get another bacteria, a bacteria invading the lesions that they have and creating an additional disease. So we have to be mindful of that when treating patients with monkeypox.
For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
Although the first case of monkeypox has been detected in Guyana, Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand has made it clear that there is no need to close schools. Speaking with reporters today, Minister Manik-Chand revealed that the total shutdown of schools is not a move that the PPPC administration would ever again want to embark upon. Here's what she had to say.
We learned from COVID-19 that schools must be the last place to close and the first place to open because too much gets lost. Some measurable, some calculable, and some not when schools close. So we know a couple of things. We know that the world has suffered from tremendous learning loss in children. That is, skills and learning that children had acquired pre-COVID got lost when they stayed home. We know that more children were malnourished during COVID because of the stopping of breakfast and feeding programs that they used to benefit from in schools. We know that more children were physically, sexually, emotionally abused during COVID. So I told you about some of the measurable things and some of the things that we can't calculate. Damage is way too great, way too big when we close schools. We don't have any intention of ever closing schools again. Whether circumstances in the world will dictate that is something we'll have to watch and see. What I do know is that we're in a better place to respond to school closures now, if we had to close. But I want to be very clear, there is no intention to close schools. We expect to open all our schools as normal for September 5th. We have, for the first time in the country, all schools with hand washing facilities, running water, and soap and other kinds of facilities to keep ourselves clean and sanitized. And we have had the experience of COVID about how we can appropriately distance ourselves without using 6 feet. So there are certain activities that might be limited, but school reopens fully on the 5th of September. We're looking forward to having sports this year, inter-house, then inter-school, inter-region and national sports. So everything we are hopefully very ready for by September.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, August 25 at 2 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Thursday, August 25 at 15 hours 50 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Omar Khan parts ways with Guyana Amazon Warriors. GAW women begin 6-day campaign on a high, and Besessar enjoying rivalry with Team Mohammeds. Details of these stories and more in this podcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
We asked two families, which antibacterial soap do you buy?
Any. They're all the same.
I always buy Protex.
And why is that?
Because Protex reinvented antibacterial soaps. Its formula is fortified with flaxseed oil to boost your skin's natural antibacterial defenses.
And it keeps on working throughout the day.
Wow. Can I have a Protex?
Naturally.
Protex, for the good health of the skin.
At Mima Decor, we cater for all of your favorite design products. Tiles for your floors and walls, doors, door locks and knobs, bathroom cabinets, bathtubs and bathroom fixtures, kitchen sinks and fixtures, chandeliers, wall lamps and light fixtures, wallpaper and wall panels, plus so much more. Let's make your creation a reality. Mima Decor, 8 Sheriff Street. Like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Moving, lifting, or bending, whatever the job, we at Sylvie's Variety Store have the right tools to make it happen. Pallet jacks and hand trucks for bonds and industrial sites, easy pickup and convenient maneuvers. Chain hoist from Roughneck and Northern Industrial, the perfect solution to lifting heavy objects. And then there's the 12-ton and 16-ton hydraulic pipe benders from 1/2 to 2 inch. We also stock the shop press machine from Northern Industrial. Sylvie's Variety Store stocks the tools to make it happen.
Play our virtual Chick Chick game today and get a chance to win big. With over 450 draws, 3 dices, and 52 bet types to choose from. You can also be a winner with Superbet. Visit www.superbet.gy or any one of our agents closest to you. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 years and over.
Your child needs nutrients every day. Enfagrow has DHA and iron, which supports your child's mental development. Enfagrow has components which cow's milk does not contain. Support your toddler's growth and complement their diet with Enfagrow. Let's fuel the wonder.
This product is not intended to be a substitute for breast milk. Mental development depends on various factors such as stimulation and adequate nutrition. Commercial cow's milk does not contain DHA but contains calcium and other nutrients.
Traveling soon? Then come into John Lewis Styles on Waterloo Street and let's help you choose the right set of luggage. You can choose to buy 3-piece luggage sets, or separate pieces, but the sets are always a better deal. Either available in soft poly, or ABS hard side material, with 4-wheeled spinners, and in many colors too. Also available are carry-on luggage, computer bags, duffel bags, backpacks, travel pillows, blankets and lots more to make your trip enjoyable. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.